in Boston, and you guys go meet at the Tasty Freeze, 7th and 5th. So out of the place restaurant you guys both know about in Boston. You're like, oh, we'll go to this little diner. You have
the Tasty Freeze. It is exactly what it says it is.
Address and contact information.
Juliet's totally incognito with the floppy hat and the oversized sunglasses.
You have, some basic information about this Frederick Miller character in Martin's Beach. The funeral home there, he arrived there about 20 years ago. Camp's the investigator. These guys have, and apparently Chang will hopefully have his contact information and all that for you. Oh, you're in Boston. You can do whatever the heck you want, man. You can go down into the Southie and get into a fight, or you can go to Stewart Street and go to the German restaurant that's been there for 100 years, or whatever. Thanks.
Well, do we have our full complement of materials with us here, or do we need to scavenge for?
Well, you don't. I mean, you have your stuff would be wherever your home is, right?
I immediately make arrangements to have my stuff sent to me from New York. I have a couple of contacts there.
And you probably think, if you go to Chang, he can either make sure your stuff gets delivered to his place successfully. Like if you have stuff you want to bring from somewhere, or you have a courier you want to grab stuff with and bring it down, that's possible. Or Chang can probably, he's very resourceful. I mean, when you asked him if he could get a helicopter, he said, yeah, probably. So,
well, let's go visit the...
Figures he's relatively... You would hope he could supply you guys with what you need.
Gretchen, let's go visit this Chang.
At the Tasty Freeze?
Not at the Tasty Freeze. Is this where the Chang is?
He's got it's Chang's King Laundry.
Oh, yes.
Right.
It's this location in Southie. It's this Chinese laundry. It's this big laundry he runs. Apparently.
All right. Well, should we get some Tasty Freeze first, big guy?
But of course. Tasty Freeze on me.
No nuts, please.
See,
but of course not.
It's surprisingly good. You guys are pleased with your Tasty Freeze selections.
I grew up on this stuff.
So, how are you guys?
Yeah, so Kyle, we'll see if Chang can make arrangements for equipping us. Otherwise, I have connections as well.
And we'll try to arrange for the rest of the group. Eh?
Yes. I'm sure we'll be needing some vodka.
For sure.
The other guys are off doing some shit that they need to do before they come to Boston, basically.
Dr. Humperdinck, he has to stock up on drugs, probably.
Exactly, yeah.
He flew straight to Mexico.
His stash. To his stash.
Right to Mexico, yeah.
Wherever that is, wherever he's got the hard stuff.
It's in Mexico.
Even as a Mexican doctor, these don't seem like the correct things to prescribe anybody. Horse tranquilizers?
I know. Where did he get this stuff?
It'll be good to have.
All right, so we'll finish our Tasty Freeze and then hail a cab and go to Chang's Laundry.
And so you get in the cab and you drive down, and sure enough, it is in this relatively rough part of Southie. But the laundry, when you pull up to it, it's big. It takes up a whole, almost like a half a block.
It's the front, major operation.
The front end of it, is it's just like a normal little dry cleaner in and out. But it looks like he does, apparently there's like a back loading dock. Apparently he does commercial stuff, right? And when you walk into the store, Sure enough, you look back, and it's massive back there. There's all kinds of people working, and there's dry cleaning going on. And Chinese lady at the front desk. She's sitting there.
So I'm thinking to myself, I'm kind of wondering exactly what Chang launders here.
So she's sitting there with a little abacus, doing some type of calculations, writing in a little ledger. She doesn't even look up. Yeah,
well, then, I'll walk over to her. We are here to see Mr. Chang.
She looks up at you and she pulls her glasses down a little bit. QB?
Oh, why, I am Sebastian Grimaldi. We are sent here by Mr. Tor.
Oh, of course, gentlemen. Oh, come back this way. Come here. Chang, the manager's in his office. Come back this way. So she comes around. She opens up the little counter area. Walk back, and again, man, there's just like steam and clothes being pressed. And you walk back, and you see this little office in the corner. He's a little older. He's not too old. He's probably in his 50s. Gentleman, dressed in like traditional Chinese garb, sitting behind a desk, smoking a cigarette. But she knocks on the door, and he like waves you in, and has come in, and he kind of waves for you to sit down. He's like, just a minute, I'll be right with you. And,
Certainly.
He's talking in Chinese. Do you guys speak Mandarin or?
Nope.
So he seems to be in a pretty animated conversation with someone.
Is he on the phone?
And he ends up, at the end of the conversation, he slams the phone down.
Oh, he is on the phone. Okay.
Fucking round eyes. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry about that.
I take off my sunglasses and set them on his desk, pull up my cigarettes and pack it into the cigarette holder. And do you have a light, Mr. Chang?
Of course, madame. And he whips out this lighter from his pocket.
That's when I give him the bedroom eyes, the eye contact.
Nice. Okay, it's a nice lighter. He lights your cigarette. He's like, sit down. Would you like a drink? He's got a little liquor cabinet. He opens up scotch, whiskey, vodka, whatever you want.
I'll have a tab. They have
Okay.
tab. They have tab in 1970, right?
Yeah, they have tab.
Didn't everybody drink tab in 1970?
And Fresco and some other stuff, probably. He pulls one out and he opens it up for you.
So we just arrived from Switzerland. I'd like my
So,
cigarette.
Mr. Tor let me know that you would be here. I have the information regarding Mr. Stamps. I have his contact information right here. You can contact him, but I'm sure you guys probably... We've already... Seems like you're here pretty quickly, so...
Yes. Well, we try to be prompt. So what is it that you can do for us, Mr. Chang? I say, point blank.
He's like, well, here, follow. So he at the door, he leaves the office and he goes back area of the store. There's this little storage area. It looks like a little door to a little closet. He opens it up. He's like, come in here.
So
It's a little tiny broom closet. He's like, come in here.
All right, I'll let Gretchen go first, just being a gentleman all the way.
Okay.
Then follow them in. Crowd closely in.
Okay, there's like this little, there's like cleaning supplies on either side on shelves, and there's this, basically commercial, like little sink area, where you fill up a mop and stuff like that.
Is this the part of the tour where we learn to trust one another? Ha ha ha.
Chang's like, oh, you're funny. I like that. He turns over and he manipulates this, like the faucet head, doing something with it, and it slides back. Hidden door. And he opens the door up. And as you walk in, it's this large room filled with stuff, weapons, and
I just glance at Sebastian and raise my eyebrows.
there's electronic equipment. There's all kinds of stuff, man. There's crates and boxes. It's a substantial area. It's like where a part of the building is being utilized.
Cool. Any high-tech stuff? Military?
Yeah, there's all kinds of military grade equipment and weapons and stuff. So I mean,
any bugs, radar trackers, or James Bond kind of stuff?
Okay, so
just asking. It's like, what do you got?
Yeah,
I'm just kind of looking at it.
I mean, well, for example, what kind of weapons?
I get right to the chase. Mr. Chang, do you have any state-of-the-art body armor here, or things that might look like a regular suit but would protect me in case of bullets or things of that nature?
Yeah, we have regular soft body armor. We also have heavy military grade body armor, but of course the problem with that is it's exactly walk around the street, with a big plate carrier on. We have body armor. He walks up to a metal cabinet and he opens it up. A variety of different body armors in there. A lot of it's just soft body armor, probably like 5-point body armor, for military grade stuff. It's probably like 10-point.
I'll find something that goes with my, something that blends well with, the suits I usually wear, and pick one of those out.
Basically, anything that you have written down on your character sheets as far as weapons or material. So, if you have an AK-47 with a silencer, he has that. If you have a Scorpion, if you have a submachine, he pretty much has any kind of small arm, machine gun, silencers, ammunition, all that stuff. He's got grenades. He's got all that kind of stuff.
Sweet. It looks like this MAC-10's only been dropped once.
It's got the name Danny Green sketched in the side of it.
No shit. It needs a cleaning, for sure.
It definitely needs to be cleaned.
That might need to be soaked.
Throw that one in the autoclave.
That might need to be soaked in some kerosene.
It's just been waved at my neighbors a few times. Well, I'll pick up all of my gear here, just one for one for what I have on my sheet. And
yeah, you can load out basically, anything you have on your sheet, he has pretty much.
I'm like a kid in a candy store.
And he does have, he said, oh, you were talking about surveillance type things. He's like, yeah, absolutely. Here we have.
Yeah, here's what I need. I need a parabolic microphone. I need some audio bugs with a receiver. I need some tracking bugs with receivers. And any kind of high magnification binoculars or telescopes that you might have. Night vision.
Check.
Parenthetic.
So he's like, all right. He's like, hold on.
Make sure we check what Esteban is up to in his off hours. Gretchen.
He said he'd be flying in from Mexico this evening.
I think we need to keep an eye on him.
He grabs this black bag, nice black duffel bag. He opens it up and he goes around, and sure enough, man, he pulls back up a nice parabolic mic. It's in a little case. He shows it to you, puts it in there.
Oh, government issue.
He's got a little
nice
high quality. He's got a little transceiver and a little tracking. He gives you like 3 little tracking bugs for cars.
Yes.
He gives you like 4 different audio mics and a transceiver for those.
Excellent.
Limited range,
Mm-hmm.
Half a mile, but they're good. They're high quality bugs.
Do you have any explosives?
So Chang looks at you both, and he goes, I used to do some of this stuff back in the day. Just want to warn you, be dangerous.
But of course,
Yeah, this type of work normally wouldn't require explosives, Mr. Chang. It's just a simple question. Do you have any explosives?
Yes. Explosives.
Okay,
but
well, that's good to know. Just in case, you know.
I would be comfortable giving you a couple hand grenades, possibly, but I have heavier ordnance that would only have to be used in extreme circumstances. He kind of laughs.
Yeah, well, a member of our team I'd appreciate the diversity of explosives. I have Aloysia in mind. Grab some grenades for Aloysia.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And can you have a red star painted on them? I'd like that too.
It's like, oh, well, yeah, I actually have some Soviet hand grenades, if that's what you're looking for.
Oh, yes, of course. That's
right.
exactly what we want.
Yeah, he pries open a box.
Yeah, he's got a box of Soviet hand grenades. He's like, yeah, these are actually pretty new.
I'll buy, I'll get 2 hand grenades from him.
But yeah, this is all on Mr. Tor's account, you know.
I'll have 3 hand grenades then.
Yeah, take 3 each, actually. That's what I would suggest.
Yeah. And we'll,
He's got, he does have, he's got flashbangs and tear gas grenades. Dude.
Oh, yeah?
Like, yeah, he's like, the grenades are careful. They're loud.
I'll take
Some
one of those
in the city limits. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll stick one of those in my attaché case.
So, like, maybe a mix here, 1 flashbang, 1 tear gas, 1 frag. I think Aloysia just gets all frag grenades.
Well, he's like, I assume if you're going to use gas grenades, you probably want gas masks, right?
Yes, that's an excellent point. Do you have any phosphorus grenades?
He looks at you and he's like, we're drawing the line at the phosphorus grenades.
Yeah.
Well, it never hurts. It never hurts to ask. Thank you for entertaining the question.
Again, your circumstances might require extreme measures, but
I think what he's saying is he doesn't want us to kill ourselves.
It's like, I am vaguely familiar with these situations, like I said, it's been a long time, but I used to do work like this back in the day, and it's good to be prepared, absolutely, but you want to be careful about using certain items because
you say you've done work like this before.
Sometimes it's better to run than to whip out the explosives, and he laughs a little bit.
Maybe you know a little bit more about what we're going up against than we do.
Well, I've been with the company for a long time.
I'll be very interested to hear what you have to say.
And again, well, just as Mr. Tor told you, we've been in existence as a company, acquiring items.
No worries, Mr. Chang. We're all professionals here.
Yeah, and as a professional courtesy, I would say to you, make a recommendation to Gretchen and myself here on something you would have wished you had in your field days. And maybe we should pick it up and bring it with us.
Yeah, so you can never be too prepared.
And a man of your stature.
Oh, well. He smiles at you and he's like, fire. Fire is a good thing to have.
Okay. Let's talk about things that cause fire. Do you have a flamethrower sitting around here?
A flamethrower, but I do have some incendiary grenades. Not phosphorus, but they're more like a little mini napalm grenade.
Bingo.
I'll have one of those.
He's got a little case, and it's there's 12 of them in there. Grenades for you.
12 incendiary grenades?
Yeah, he's like, whoever, not, and he's like, of course, be careful too, because not everybody's, ball thrower, and he laughs. He's like, you want to be careful who you give these to. He's, pulls the pen and drops it in their, in their lap.
Do you have a,
in the middle of some type of, satay you're dealing with in the thorough, you got some kind of combat going on, and someone pulls one of these things and drops it. So just be careful. I've seen some people burned alive.
I believe you, actually.
I've seen it. It's not pretty, and especially if it's someone can scar the mind, which is a little bit.
Scar the mind.
So, Gretchen, we take these incendiary grenades and keep sort of a war chest there?
Yeah, I think Aloysius would be appreciative. It is his specialty. I tend to travel a little lighter. I'll take one of these flashbang grenades.
Absolutely.
And an incendiary grenade, why not?
And then there were 10.
Could make for a quick escape. Needed.
And of course, there's our wardrobe area. And he walks back and he pulls this curtain back, and there's all these various uniforms. He has cop uniforms, and he has priest outfits, and he's got nun outfits, and he has any kind of overhauls and.
Oh, now this is something.
Plumbing, plumbing company stuff, and he's got all this kind of different.
Any nun habits?
Yeah, he's got again, like I said, Catholic regalia. He's got.
Yeah, I'll take the robe and the habit.
Workman regalia. He's got anything like that. He's got all that stuff.
You're gonna get the nun habit?
Yeah, with the robe, yeah.
I'll get a priest's outfit.
Cool. Father?
Sister?
Will look a little odd standing around Tasty Freeze. But...
he's like, Chang's like, try him on. He's like, put him on. I want to see you guys in this.
Okay, I do. Right in front of him.
Yep.
So Chang's like, yes, that'll work. But he chuckles a little bit. He's like,
A little less makeup, perhaps.
I wish I was going out with you guys.
Well, maybe that could be arranged, Mr. Chang. I chuckle.
Oh no. I have other duties now. I have other things I have to take care of.
Yes, lots of laundry to do, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Those days are behind me. That's why you guys are hired.
Sebastian says, "Te benisse mons fils." Bless you, my son.
That's French. I know French, whatever that was.
Well, that's what he says. He says, "Bless you, my son." He'll be the visiting Catholic French priest.
All right, cool. I have some spying equipment now. That's one thing I wanted to get.
Yeah, it's nice, high quality equipment too. So Chang's like, look, he's like, of course, if you need to contact me, here's my private number. He gives you his number. He's like, memorize it, tear that shit up.
I memorize it instantaneously and tear it up. So about this private detective, Stamps.
Yeah, Richard.
What's his deal? Is he part of the organization as well?
No, he's not exactly part of the organization, but he's a trusted individual. We've used him before. Richard originally was a
sort of informant, huh?
Well, he's a PI. He's definitely he's a capable individual. He was a Boston cop here in Boston. He was part of the homicide division and screwed him over. Basically on the scene of this murder, and some upper echelon douchebag came down and was trying to order him around and basically punched him in the face. So they drummed him out, but he's a good PI. So we've used him in the past to track various people and do some investigations and stuff. It's actually down in Martin Beach right now. A little room across from the funeral home. Basic surveillance down there.
So he's actually still down in.
He is, but he's got a phone number. There's a again it's a little house really. So.
Gretchen, are you going to memorize this and tear it up as well?
Oh, yes. I'm listening closely. I was muted.
I was like, well, that just ended the conversation.
It just took, 12 seconds?
It seemed like for eternity. It was a dramatic pause.
Shane's like, yeah, you can contact him. He's like, I'd suggest you probably do it from a payphone.
Of course.
And see if he's got any additional information for you. I don't know if he does or not. The last time I talked to him is when we hired him to go down there, and he contacted me and let me know he had rented this little house, basically, proximity of the funeral home, so he can do surveillance and watch, Mr. Miller and see if he can detect anything.
So Mr. Stamps knows about us, right?
He's been informed that there'll be a team coming in that will be doing the heavy lifting. He can be trusted. He's definitely been in the muck for us.
You think maybe he still has some law enforcement connections?
He does, yeah. I mean, he's absolutely, and I think he leveraged those a little bit in Martin's Beach. I think he's a former cop. Probably been in contact with the local police down there.
That's good.
That's his regular MO. He's actually a pretty charming individual, and he's good with the authorities. So Richard's usual MO is to go into a town and make sure the local police know he's there. Doing some type of PI work. He'll come in and buy him a case of beer or whatever, and sit down with him and talk crazy stories about Boston.
Yeah, because if we're going to be lurking around in Martin's Beach, law enforcement just be one less thing to worry about.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. Richard's a smart guy. He knows how to get in. He understands small town politics and how people operate. He's no fool. So that's his regular MO. I'm sure that's what he's done down there. He's probably gone down and introduced himself, and like I said, ingratiated himself if he can some way to the local PD.
Well, that's good. I've stayed out of jail so far. I'd like to keep it that way.
He's probably spun some story hired by some family member to investigate some kind of inheritance about some blah blah blah.
Right. All right, so that sounds good. So he knows about us.
And he, like I said, he's a former homicide detective too. So
perfect.
If there's any shit that happens, he's introduced himself to the local PD. Cool.
And speaking of heavy hitters, we are going to be accompanied by two others, Esteban and Aloysia, and we want to avoid any kind of trouble with, the law. these two perhaps could be loose cannons of sorts. And I turned to Sebastian, just my opinion.
It is likely, Gretchen.
Well, Chang's like, you
would have to agree.
It's useful to have people, that are capable of, extreme violence and unleashing their primal.
Well, extraordinary problems can require extraordinary solutions.
But I agree. He's like, you two need to steer them and make sure they understand that, this isn't North Africa.
Yeah. So did these hand grenades come with instructions? I asked. And I laughed.
It's like, this isn't Rhodesia. This isn't the bush. There's police officers and federal agents here.
Right. Exactly. That's why I'm asking.
You don't want to get pulled over, and have this stuff on you. You don't want to involve the police, if at all possible. So stealth and under the radar is definitely preferred.
I think these will certainly help, and I kind of regard me and Sebastian standing there in our priest and nun costumes. It's a good start.
Exactly. That's why Chang's like, that's exactly why I like that. That's exactly what Be stealthy, be crafty. If you identify a threat, be smart about how you terminate it. But law enforcement is no joke.
I will also take a plumber's outfit.
Like, oh, well, here he's like, he gives you how many people in your group total?
4.
All right. Well, here 5. I'll give you 6 of these. They're nice, like basically coveralls. He's like, and I have a van to go with it.
Yeah, I was going to ask about a vehicle. We'll definitely need a vehicle.
Yeah, no, I have a van to go with it, and the van
white windowless van, right?
It says Smith Plumbing on the side, and it's got actual plumbing equipment in it, basically, pipes and all that stuff. But there's in the back of the van are concealed hidden compartments for equipment and stuff.
Excellent.
Yeah. So, vans for you guys.
All right, we've got our hostage van.
Might suggest you take another, some other vehicles, of course, in case. Some used car lots around here, guys do well with cash. You might want to get yourself a couple fast cars, just to,
Well, I was going to say, let's just soup up the van.
Fast car, one heavy duty car, like a Lincoln with a 460 in it, or a Nova or a Chevelle or something, in case you need to bug out.
I think 70 was the first year they came out with the Boss Mustangs. That's what I want.
Oh my God.
302s, yeah.
Just think, man. I mean, it's 1970 in America, so there's a plethora of muscle cars that you could. I mean, Barracudas, Chargers, Challengers.
I was just gonna say, like a 69 Challenger,
a 69 SS Chevelle, 396 HO. I mean, all that stuff's available.
Fuck yeah, Kyle. Mopar, baby. We're going to the car dealership after this.
Any insane.
Sebastian's excited about his day out with Gretchen. This is going wonderful.
I think a convertible would be best. Get a better signal with these receivers.
Plus, if we need to shoot out to the back, the top is off. It is perfect.
That's right.
1970s Cadillac convertible. An interior red, candy apple red.
Yeah, we're supposed to be keeping a low profile, man. We're coming to fucking town with a convertible candy apple red Cadillac.
I'm not saying it's advisable. I'm just saying it's available.
Honestly, dude, I was just going to suggest.
It's not advisable, but it is
going to ask.
You could just get like a primer grade Nova.
Well, here's the deal. Kyle, you're
that's
right.
also available.
We do want to maintain.
I like the idea of the convertible because, well, but then when things are flying around.
Well, we do want to maintain. Oh. Hello?
Oh.
Now he's back.
Yeah, it just disconnected me. No, I was going to say, you're absolutely right, Kyle. Like, we do need to remain some sense of incognito here.
All right, we'll definitely buy the, we'll purchase the van from Chang for sure.
No, you don't have to purchase it. He's like, this is all part of the equipment.
Well, when I say purchase, I mean use Mr. Tor's money.
All we need to do, dude, is just soup up the vans. I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, it's not just Tor's. It's there's a group of us that are original owners.
I think I'm getting a bad Discord connection. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You dropped off for a second there, but
should we log back on the Discord? Should we all log off and log back on?
No, just stay there. I am though. I'll be right back.
I mean, I can hear you guys fine.
Yeah, it's working now, I think.
I was going to
suggest just souping up the vans.
Yeah, I just can't hear Sean.
Let's just put some big old motors in those vans. That's all we
need.
Let's
try that. Let's log off and we'll try to log back on the Discord, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, it is kind of freezing up on me here.
still a small amount of.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
I've been having problems with my provider. Getting quite upset. It does that every now and then.
Who's your provider?
Charter. And I've been really happy with Charter for a long time, but last couple months, man, it just cuts out for a minute or two and then comes right back up again. And we all work from home on the internet, so it's really kind of...
That's problematic.
It happens every couple days or so, but... Anyway, where were we?
Right.
We were buying cars. We got the van.
I was suggesting that we soup up the van. Both of them. 2 vans. You know what I'm saying? Just drop a high horsepower engine in the van, put some sticky tires on it, we're good. What do you say? How incognito is that?
Well, I just like the idea, so we'll forget everything else and just do it.
Chang's like, so you wanna drop a bigger engine in the van and open pipes on it? He laughs. He's like, no, you can't.
No pipes. just a little more power than stock, just in case we need to get somewhere quickly.
Okay, yeah, I know a mechanic here. We can send it over to him. He can engine it, put a big high-rise manifold on it and drop a carb, crazy Holly carb on it and change put some new lifters in it and maybe put like a high-volume oil pump and...
Yeah, like Kyle, you were saying to get, like a muscle car or something, we'll just take an engine, get a fucking Hemi, put it in the van.
It's like the 8 is Enough episode where they take the Corvette engine and put it in the station wagon.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
So what they do is
we want a Dodge van.
Right.
They drop. Well, yeah. You want this awesome free van he has.
No, we do. We just want to modify it a little bit. That's all.
So the mechanic's like, well, I got this 490.
Sounds great. Just put some nice sticky all-weather tires, maybe some fatter tires on the back. Just for handling. Put a Hurst shifter in it, 4-speed, 4 on the floor. That should be all that's required.
Throw in some dice and we're good to go.
Very funny.
That'll take a that's going to take me a couple days, guys. To get. I've got the engine. The engine's actually already modified, but put in there and switch out the transmission and switch out the pumpkin and put there's new axle, and it's going to take a couple days. He's like, and usually it would take me a month. Chang here. Oh, I can't say no to Chang. Get it to you.
All right.
He's like, I'll get it to you in like 3 days.
All right.
Well, by then the rest of our friends should be here.
Oh, well, that's yeah, you're waiting for people? Oh, that's perfect. He's like, that's great. It's like, yeah, okay. Well, I'll start working on it. So he way off to his garage. Smitty's garage in South Boston.
All right. Good old Smitty.
So Chang's like, yeah, he's like, he's like, you're free to stay here. He's like, I've got a little stairs, at the back of the workroom there. There's a little set of stairs that goes up. And there's actually a pretty nice apartment upstairs. A little fire escape to the alley.
I've always wanted to stay at the giant factory cleaning clothes, so yes.
Be careful or you'll be down there pressing shirts for me.
Sebastian laughs.
This will do nicely.
Yeah, he's like, while the van's being working on, and again, like I said, you probably want to get at least one other vehicle.
All right, so let's go shopping.
There's a car lot down here, just Giuseppe's. He's usually got some nice stuff. He knows who I am. If you guys go down there and talk to him, probably got a couple Novas and some Challengers, and a Lincoln or some Caddies or whatever. He's probably got some Italian cars. Probably got a little, who knows.
Sounds great, Smitty. Thanks a lot.
Get yourself a car down there.
Let's go, Sebastian. Let's go down to the car lot. Nothing too fancy now, you hear?
You drive down to Giuseppe's, and it's like this big open car lot. It's got the typical, like, giant inflatable, flapping, the streamers across. And you see this guy sitting out on the there's a little table outside. He's sitting down. He's this big Italian guy. He's smoking a cigar. He's got this suit on. He's pretty sweaty.
Ooh, Sebastian, I like the lime green Cuda.
Well,
yeah, so you guys walk up, and he's like, nice. What a beautiful couple. Are you all looking for a car?
Yes, but nothing too expensive, right, Sebastian?
Well,
I'm gonna play the stodgy wife. All right.
Okay. But, dear, we spoke about this before we came.
It has to be safe for the children.
The children will be fine in a nice car.
Okay.
So, I'm sure this good gentleman will put us in a nice car. Won't you make it safe, sir?
Like, all these cars are safe. I've driven all of them. Made sure, I have a mechanic.
Smitty, I like this, good guy. Sebastian. I'm looking at the Ford station wagon. Lots of room in this one.
Well, he's got a selection. He does have a couple Ford station wagons. He's got a couple Lincolns. He's got a couple Caddies. He's got a Mercedes. Got a Mercedes 4-door. It's a nice one. It's a diesel.
Does this Mercedes come in a station wagon?
Yeah, I don't have a station wagon. He's like, I do have this beautiful 4-door Mercedes. It's nice. It's a 1969 4-door diesel Mercedes.
Well, that looks expensive.
Nothing is too much for my dear.
It's in great shape. It literally was owned by a little old grandma down here in Southie. Bank robber bought it for her. She probably drove it like 2 times, sat out in front of her house. He throws you the keys. He's like, take it out for a drive.
Ooh, it's all leather.
It is. It's nice. It's actually a nice Mercedes.
Look at the sunroof. It's very nice.
That's cute.
With the wind blowing in the children's hair.
Yeah, how big is the trunk? Because we go on summer vacations, we have to fit a lot of stuff in the trunk.
A pretty decent sized trunk. Yeah. Like I said, it's a 69 Mercedes. It's got a decent trunk. It's a diesel. It's a good car. They're super reliable.
All right, I'll look at the trunk. I mean, will it hold like 3 cases of hand grenades and all of our other guns and equipment?
It would hold a lot of equipment. I don't know about all of your equipment.
Yeah.
That's hold a lot. It's a good size. It's a luxury sedan.
Probably built like a tank too. Those cars.
He's like, if you're looking for, trunk room, he walks you over to this, 1970s Lincoln Continental 4-door.
Yeah,
the trunk. Sled. Yeah, the sled. And he's like, this has, an amazing. It's got a 460 cubic inch engine in it. It's automatic. It's got all automatic. It's beautiful, all electronic.
What?
Opens up the trunk. It looks like you could fit all your stuff and 10 bodies in there.
This is the car, baby.
Yeah. It's a pretty color green.
And look at the lights.
Nice. It's nice. It's nice.
Oh,
nice,
it's automatic.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take it for a drive, honey.
And he gives you the keys.
All right.
Let's see what this thing can do.
Now, what's your drive?
It's not really my thing. I can drive, but...
Okay, it's not my thing either. So I was like, if you wanted to hit it, you know.
I'm no Francois Dubois.
You know Francois Dubois.
That's right.
All right.
That's like a saying, is because Francois' name is like a household name, so people say that. No, I can drive, but I'm no Francois Dubois.
Well, let's see how we do. So, Sebastian will get in the driver's seat, and you know, once Gretchen sits down, then he'll goose the fuck out of the parking lot.
Yeah,
so it has like a surprising amount of power.
Yeah, do like a rooster tail on the front lawn.
See you tear out of the parking lot, and it's got some power despite its size. You know, and it's smooth. It's a beautiful ride. I mean,
those are powerful cars. I did that on accident one time when I was renting a car from like this local area. And the guy who rented me the car was like, just, you know, treat it nice. It's the first time anybody's driven the car and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, no problem. And I really didn't mean to do it, but like the car was just super powerful and I hit the gas and I like tore out of the parking lot. Yeah. Like the worst possible way. Like that guy is a fucking liar.
It's like that scene in, you know, the Hunter S. Thompson film, man.
Like, oh yeah, and the Cadillac. Yeah,
he rents the Cadillac, and the first thing he does, he slams it in gear and drives across like
he's driving over all the curbs.
Yeah. Huge abutments. You know, slams it in reverse and fucking.
Yeah, that's Sebastian.
Just checking the suspension.
So I think this will be fine. You can fit what, 8 people in this thing, probably.
Well, you can fit 6 in it very comfortably. You know, 3 in the front, 3 in the back.
Yeah, I'm just saying you could fit 8 probably.
Oh yeah, and the trunk's huge. Massive car. Cool. The only problem is it gets about, you know. That's the only.
It's got like those bench vinyl seats in it, probably. You know.
Oh, the church pews.
Yeah.
Awesome. Leather. It's a very nice car, and it does drive well. You know, it's in good shape. Bring it back to the lot. He's like, oh well, so.
Yeah, I think it needs gas.
It already needs gas. We drove it around the block.
So he's like, well, it's priced for $3,500, but considering you're such a I can tell you're deeply in love with each other. I'll give it to you for $32,000.
Oh, honey, that's expensive. That's above our budget.
Maybe you can work with us on the price so my wife does not go cuckoo on me.
He laughs. He's like, "All right, $3,000, just for the newlyweds." He's like, "Otherwise, you know, I'm giving you a deal."
Okay. I'll smile and I'll nod to Sebastian.
Oh, you've made me the happiest man in the world again, baby.
Just don't wreck it like you did the last one.
So you guys pay him in cash. He's incredibly happy about that. Fills it up for you. Like, oh, yeah, he fills the tank up for you. All right. Well, it's got a 60-day warranty. If you have any problems, take it down to Smitty. He'll service it for you. Congratulations! It's a beautiful car.
All right, Sebastian, you're the proud new owner of
a you've got plenty of room for many babies.
This guy's weird.
He's a giant. He's a giant. Happy man. He's looking at the money. He's just like, he's sweating.
Yeah. He's still weird.
He's an odd guy. He's a car salesman.
All right, so congratulations, Sebastian. You're the proud new owner of a Lincoln Town car.
Yeah, I'm starting to think I should buy one in real life just to make sure.
I know.
I'm looking at them right now. They're actually pretty cool.
They are cool. Oh, little bells and whistles on them.
So you guys get the car. You drive back to Chang's. He's got a little area in the back where you can park it. You do have Richard Stamp's number. Again, Chang was like, make sure you call from a payphone.
So Stamps is in Boston, right?
He's actually in Martins Beach. He's
down there surveilling the funeral.
Yeah, he's rented a little house down there, and he's surveilling the funeral home.
Why don't you give him a call there, Sebastian? Just find out, when we can meet with him. Don't say anything over the phone. You pull over that payphone up there.
But of course,
I need to redo my makeup.
You guys do. You pull up to the payphone and get out and call, and
yes,
he answers.
Is this the party I'm speaking to?
Yes, this is Mr. Stamps. Who am I speaking to?
Mr. Stamps. I am a interested party from coming reference from Mr. Tor.
Oh, of course, yes.
We have a holiday planned down in Martin Beach. We just wanted to touch base, maybe arrange some time for you to give us a tour of the area.
Like, well, actually, I have some information for you. He's like, this is a secure line.
I'm calling from a secure line, yes.
So he's like, basically, I've come down here. I've been observing Frederick Miller. Has been some unusual behavior. There's been a couple nights. I've been down here for about 2 weeks. A couple nights where no one has left the funeral home. In other words, Mr. Miller has staff. They do have homes in the town here at Martins Beach. There's actually been a couple instances where I've seen and actually entire night, which is a little odd. I guess they could be doing work. Murders. There's been a couple killings, and I'm not sure or not. It's like some research on Mr. Miller. Kind of odd. He basically just showed up here 20 years ago and purchased this funeral home. No one knew him. The funeral home had been here for a long time with a well-storied family, and he came in and just purchased a home. But I haven't been able to. It's like you might, since you're in Boston. Like I said, he arrived here 20 years ago. Research there and actually try to find out if you can find out, where he's from. How he came to Martins Beach. Access there, you have access to, the library and records and various things. He's like, I just haven't been able to. I've been here. I have to stay here and try to keep an ie on this guy.
Those are some
definitely
good
come
ideas.
Down. Whenever your team is ready to come down, you call me once a day. Let's say at 5 o'clock.
At what time?
5
a.m. or 5 p.m.?
5 p.m. Don't call me at 5 a.m. Jesus.
Well, it sounds like you're up all hours of the night, sir. So.
Sometimes. My address, he gives you the address there in Martins Beach.
I take it down.
I have made some contact with some of the local law enforcement here. They think I'm down here investigating some inheritance. Some people. I told them there might be I have some other team members that might come down, investigators and whatnot. They've actually asked me to come and help them possibly look at some of these recent crimes that have occurred. There's been a couple people that have disappeared. There's been some bloody crime scenes left.
How big is this Martin Beach? Are there a lot of people there?
It's a decent-sized town. I mean, it's, there's probably about, here. It's not huge, but, it's a little seaside town.
And you think maybe these bloody crime scenes are related to this Mr. Miller?
I don't know. I'm not sure. He's like, it's possible, where there's smoke, there's fire. Being a homicide detective, I'm always a little suspicious, and so unusual behavior going on. I don't know.
It sounds like your suspicions may be justified.
Well, I'll keep an eye on Mr. Miller. Let's have a home here. And he gives you the address of the home.
Okay, I take it down.
He's like, I haven't had a chance to really actually recon the home. I don't have the manpower. My main focus is here at the funeral home, just to kind of see what's going on. I have been able to, follow him home a couple times.
And he's not aware you're tracing him?
No. He's like, I'm very cautious. It's like,
be sure that you are. For your safety, of course.
Yeah, he's like, I was a homicide detective in Boston for 20 years.
But this guy seems like he might be very dangerous.
Yes.
He must be if they've called me in, that's for sure.
He's like, yes, same here. He's like, I've done work for this group before, and serious, apparently this individual possibly stole an item of great value. He's like, I'm just the recon to do the heavy lifting.
Well, your services are much appreciated, and I look forward to meeting you. The team looks forward to meeting you.
Absolutely. Well, just
stay safe, and we will talk tomorrow.
Yeah, give me a call tomorrow, and we'll stay in touch, and I'll update you, and then, of course, I'll come down. In the meantime, like I said, do some research on this guy and see if you can't find anything out.
But of course.
Gentlemen. He hangs up.
All right.
Well, that's good. That's what we needed to know. Just what he knows, so we can fill in the gaps.
So I come back to the card, and how is my blushing bride?
Kind of hot out today, Sebastian.
Well, crank up the AC, my beauty.
I do.
You do, and it's frosty cold.
Now that's some American ice cream there, right there. All right, so I tell him everything that, Stance stated that Mr. Miller is spending nights at the funeral home. There's some bloody murders in Martin Beach. He's not sure if they're related. That Stance recommended we do some research in Boston about Miller, They think that Stance is there investigating an inheritance, and I definitely let her see all the addresses that he gave me, memorize these. This is Mr. Miller's home. This is the location for Stance's stakeout, all that stuff. So I give him the full brain dump, or her the full brain dump.
That's a good start. So we just need to find out more about these disappearances of these murders, see if there's anything in the press about them, find out who these people are, maybe.
And find out more about Miller. Stance seemed to think that we could find some information about his origin.
Yeah, if that's his real name.
It's a very good point, Gretchen. This may be an alias.
See if we can find out anything about the funeral home before he owned it, too. Just the whole gamut.
Hey, man. That's all excellent. Excellent. So do you guys have any kind of research skills?
I'm afraid I do not visit the libraries very often.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to go and make a roll or two.
Yeah, research is not my strength. Can try, though. Just looking for any newspaper articles out of the area first. And then see if we can find, some documents related to property ownership of the funeral home, or even any newspaper stories about it, or just about the what's the place called? Martin's Beach in general. Just see if we can find anything interesting.
Okay. All right. So what's your library use?
How about 20?
So do I.
Wow.
But we're pulp heroes.
Okay.
We have luck.
Exactly. So what are you trying to? So you're looking at stuff about Miller. You look at stuff about the funeral home. You look at stuff about.
I'm gonna look up stuff about Miller. I'm gonna try to find out.
Okay, you're looking for stuff about Miller. Sean, what are you looking at?
I'm gonna try to find any newspaper stories or any kind of press related to the recent murders or disappearances in Martin's Beach.
Okay, cool. All right, roll away.
Come on, baby. Boom! I rolled a 2.
You did awesome.
Wow, check that.
Yes, sir. You were.
I seem to have gotten myself lost in the reference section.
Ask the librarian for help, dear.
All right, so Sean, you do. You're incredibly adept, man. You managed to find a section where they actually, store a bunch of information, and it's like the Martin's Beach library where they keep all the periodicals for different sections of the state. And as you're looking through them, actually the past couple weeks, there's actually 2 articles. One's about a school teacher and her husband. Okay. They've both disappeared, and their son had come home from college, basically he came home to this horrible scene. There's basically throughout the house, parents, and the police are currently investigating that.
Any details about the scene? Like, was it so a school teacher and her husband have disappeared, you said? Or were they killed?
Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Jones. Well, they don't know. They're currently missing, but there's a lot. It's assumed they're either injured or dead because of the amount of blood that was found at the scene.
I see.
It's got a quote from their kiddies.
What are their names? Any names associated with the teacher and her husband?
They have them listed as Sarah and Jim Jones. The son's name is Richard.
Okay. And the police are investigating it. That's all it says.
The police are currently looking for any tips or any knowledge of the whereabouts of these 2 individuals.
And this is recent?
This is about 14 days ago.
All right, I keep looking. Anything else?
Yeah, you find another article, and this is about maybe 16 days prior to that incident, and it's another disappearance. Basically, the guy is he's a watchman at a graveyard there.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, showed up for work and then gone the next day. Some blood. Some signs of a struggle. No body.
So my first thought is serial killer? These are kind of odd. They don't seem like crimes of passion or anything.
I'm going to the microfiche area.
Yes. Wait, Sebastian, it's that way.
Oh, right.
So you figure that these are probably the incidents that Stamps was referring to.
Right.
A couple killings. The watchman's name was
what was his name?
Bob Sowers.
Tom Salads?
Bob Sowers.
Sours?
Gotcha.
Bob's,
any
Bob
indication
Sowers?
if he was married, or does it mention any kind of?
He's married. He has 2 kids.
Okay.
You know, there's a quote from his wife in there. She's, you know, incredibly worried. You know, anybody who knows anything. Police.
All right, so we got some leads here.
So I come back looking a little. Well, the research went as usual for me. Did you find anything?
Did you find the any information about the property or about Miller?
I discovered absolutely nothing.
You guys can roll again. Just tell me exactly what you're trying to look up.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to help him. So
you guys are spending the day, I guess, at the library, right?
Yeah, I'm going to help him research Miller. So how about we just have Kyle make another library check with a bonus die for my help, since I have library use. Do it that way.
Sure. Always use luck.
It gives us maybe a little bit better of a chance.
With the bonus die, you make it.
+1, you make it. All right.
All right. So, you actually find record.
I found what kind of record?
An immigration record.
Immigration record. Okay.
This is about 1950. There's a Richard Miller immigrates into the United States from Argentina.
When's this from? What year?
1950. Roll your 1950.
Oh, 1950. Okay.
Years prior to 1970. So he's immigrating from
South America.
South America. Roll your
No. Maybe.
Yeah, do that. Yeah.
Which is an education roll.
I got an extreme success.
Damn, you're highly. Well, actually, I think it's an education roll, is a no roll.
Oh, education? Well, just a regular success, but it did succeed.
Cool.
All right, so you know, Sebastian, you're aware because of your experience in Europe. You immediately think about it's about the right. You know, you're thinking, this guy's coming from Argentina about 1950. There were some Nazis. This guy's
name checks out.
So roll again.
Another education roll?
Education again, both of you.
Yeah, that's the old no roll.
Oops, I didn't make it.
I made it.
Awesome. We are a great team.
So you if we could get a picture of this guy currently, go to the Simon Wiesenthal Center, see if this guy's actually, maybe we can link him up with someone.
With Germany.
Yeah. So, you guys are going to need to do another library roll.
Oh, man, library.
All right, let's do the old help roll again, Kyle. Go ahead and roll with the bonus die.
Okay.
I think that gives us a little bit of a better chance. Working together.
Oh.
So you rolled an 89 with the bonus die.
not really close.
Basically, you're pouring through these reams and reams of information about various German officials that aren't accounted for, and you don't see anything. But there's a lot more information.
Yeah,
but
maybe
you're exhausted. You're a little like, your eyes are hurting you. But
we can hire somebody to do this research. I think, Sebastian.
More.
Those are my thoughts exactly.
Do a education roll again.
Both made it.
You definitely think, though, if this guy actually is a fugitive or someone that's related to that might not be information that you want some researcher to know.
Well, I'm talking about on the inside through contacts, intelligence, things like that.
Oh, okay. You're talking about leveraging your intelligence. Okay, I got you. All right.
Or even maybe paying a visit to, I don't know, where do they keep war records? Library of Congress or something? I don't know.
See, you guys wake up the next day. You come back to the library.
Or maybe we could pay the librarian and just kill her afterwards, huh?
You're charming.
The one thing is you need a picture of this guy.
Right.
So.
Well, it's not going to be a problem once we get down there. Well, unless didn't Stamp say that he hasn't been around for the last few days though? Huh. Well, let's keep pouring over the records. I guess it's just going to take some time. We have a few days, I guess, before the van's ready.
Roll library. Roll again.
Let me roll this time.
Okay.
See if I can make it.
And I will assist Gretchen.
No, actually, you make it, Kyle, because you haven't gotten the check yet. I got the check. You make it with the bonus die. It's there somewhere.
Well, with I'd have to spend 30 points. No way.
Right, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
You can roll again. You're spending all day here doing this.
Yeah. I go out for Tasty Freeze for fuel.
Okay. So if she's gonna go get Tasty Freeze, I'll just continue to research.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can show off a little. No. I get myself a nasty paper cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. You open a book and you inhale some dust. You're like, ugh.
Sacre.
So she comes back from the Tasty Freeze. You guys can do one more combined roll today.
Go ahead, do it with a bonus die this time. You got this. Come on. Don't fail.
Oh, God.
Oh.
But the second one...
Sebastian actually trips.
Oh, no, I get to get the 41, man, not the 98.
He gets the +1 row for the bonus die, so he didn't quite fumble.
He still trips and smashes his face to the corner of the table.
Yeah, and I get back and he's unconscious on the floor, right?
He's not unconscious. He's not unconscious, but he's holding his head. He's like, oh, God.
I think we have spent too much time here.
How did you get that black eye? You idiot.
I think I'm ready to leave the library.
Were you rude to the librarian?
But of course not.
I'm just going to take a quick break, gentlemen.
All right.
I may have talked about killing her, but I would never hurt her.
Okay. Yeah, let's take a quick break and we can think about
where you guys want to go from here.
Dilemma.
It's the end of the day. Again, you guys can still go back to the library.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes time.
Too. There's other stuff, but yeah. Yeah, we'll take a quick break.
All right. Sounds good.
Anybody back? No?
I am back.
No? No?
I am back.
Ah, sweet. All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Stuart a message and just ask him for this one time to be the brainiac of the group somehow. Maybe with something kind of cool. Because the Pulp rules have some pretty cool stuff as far as let me look at them. Some of these talents and stuff.
Yeah. There's definitely some weird brainiac talents. You know, it's all open too, man, including the weird science stuff.
Like a psychic or something.
I'm not limiting as far as types or all that stuff's available.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh. You guys come back from a long day at the library, sitting up in your apartment. He's brought up a big water pipe with him.
Who,
Chang.
Chang comes up to visit with us?
When you guys come home, he's sitting in your apartment with a big water pipe.
Okay, cool.
Just make yourself at home, Mr. Chang.
Look, hell yeah, it's my building.
Well, I'm digging Chang. I mean, I legit thought, you know, like Sebastian's experienced everything, everywhere, however he wants it. So he's actually pretty excited about this unique experience of staying at this guy's, you know, cleaning apartment. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a trustworthy fellow. I can dig it. And a resourceful one at that.
He's like, sit down, gentlemen. If you want to smoke the water pipe with me, you can.
Oh, I do.
Ladies don't smoke water pipes. Just kidding.
Chang smiles. He hands you one of the hoses. He's like, so what have you gentlemen been up to? You guys have been gone. See, you acquired a nice car. I like the Lincoln.
Yeah, we took it for a test drive. Didn't we, honey? Got a good
yes,
price
we
on
did,
it, too.
my dear.
Yeah, it will serve nicely. Lots of trunk space. Wink, wink.
He's like, so what have you guys been up to?
Well, we've been to the library, of course.
Just preliminaries.
Doing some research. Very good.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Humperdinck.
Humperdinck.
Oh, that's right. Humperdinck.
And Aloysia, of course. I cannot wait to show him these incendiary grenades. He's going to be delighted.
Very good. Well, yeah, you're sure they'll arrive here in a couple days. It's good we have stamps there. You know, you kind of keep an eye on things until you guys are all assembled.
Yeah, we talked to your man Stamps, and he seems to have things covered down there, although it seems to be a bit of a more sticky situation than we thought.
Really?
Yeah, as far as the identity of the target is unclear at the moment.
That makes sense. You know,
we feel that everything may not be as it seems, is all.
He's like, well, that makes sense because he, you know, when he infiltrated our team in Morocco, he had a false ID. Figure out who he was, but you know, definitely makes sense that there could be something else going on here.
So Chang, tell us what do you know of this object in question that he stole? You know anything about it?
Oh yes, he's like, you know, over the years we've had many opportunities to collect an assortment of rare books. This particular book is Cult Activity, The Dead, Vile.
Do you know what the origin of this book is?
Yeah, there's some origins both in France and Northern Africa. It's like, you know, a lot of this material was and then translated by various individuals who, you know, came into acquisition of some of the original types. This is definitely some sort of information from various sources, but it all deals with basically graveyard cults.
Graveyard cults?
Yes.
Sound like.
So it sounds like a bunch of superstitious mumbo jumbo. What makes the book so valuable, I wonder?
Well, exactly for that reason. There's definitely a very interested market in occult material, or an unusual occult material. A lot of these books were destroyed, obviously, during the Inquisition. The Catholic Church, like this was not tolerated. He's like, so, a lot of these books were hidden, were destroyed. And of course, there's many people that are interested in the occult and dark things, and we don't judge. But of course, when someone steals and kills individuals in our employ, we
yeah, Gretchen's kind of thinking to herself, like how she found out recently about the security guard or whatever, the watchman disappearing in the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
And these grisly murders happening down there. And then at the center of it is this strange book, that Chang's talking about. Gretchen gets like goosebumps, and starts questioning her thoughts about superstition.
It
is very. It's definitely a unique situation. I mean, you guys have dealt with, espionage and you've definitely seen some crazy shit. No doubt, you guys are seasoned and intelligence officers, and so you have heard of various things, unusual things. You've heard stuff from people
Yeah, but nothing like getting involved in a job where people are fighting over the possession of some book that has to do with graveyard cults.
Yeah, exactly.
This is definitely a first.
Yeah, it is unusual.
Start questioning, like, what kind of people are we dealing with here? What the hell is going on?
It's going to be an adventure for sure.
So Chang sees your, he reads you a little bit. He's like, yes, it's there are individuals that are dedicated to. I'm sure you've encountered them. People can act in the most barbarous ways, and
yeah, including ourselves sometimes, eh?
Yeah, my father believed in flying saucers.
Well, he's like Chang says, it's sometimes you have to have bad people to deal with even more bad people. And he laughs a little bit.
How cryptic can you be? Okay. Bad people.
Obviously.
Sebastian understands him perfectly.
Yeah, Gretchen, aka Juliet, is still at a loss a bit.
But you smoke the hookah, and about a couple minutes in, you realize there's definitely some opium involved, and you guys get pretty blasted, and have a good time and talk, and then wake up the next day and
Chang roofied us with this fucking opium.
Chang party.
Yeah, he probably got me high. Probably got Gretchen even high enough to talk about her short-lived romance with Francois Dubois, the world-famous Formula One race car driver, which he doesn't like to talk about.
Oh, cool.
Because he's a lech.
Yeah. Story.
Well, since Sebastian's taking a liking to Gretchen, he puts that in the back of his head to maybe pay a little visit to Francois Dubois at some point in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, but he's going to be a part of the party, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, then I can't do that.
Yeah, you don't even want to know.
So
it was terrible.
Well, you guys.
Well, now I do because you spoke about it when you were high.
Damn it!
You guys wake up the next day.
He really ran over all your material items with the race car?
I don't want to talk about it.
You get some telegram from Humperdinck.
Humperdinck.
He's on his way. He still has to make a couple stops to make sure he has all the required supplies.
Telegram from Peru.
Yeah, exactly. One was from Michoacan. This one is from, Peru.
Making a quick stop in Miami.
Exactly where he's headed to.
So basically, I think at this point we're going to just try to do maybe a little more research while we're waiting for those guys. Can you think of anything else we need to do in Boston, Kyle?
You guys can go back to the library and try to look up some more stuff on Miller or whatever you can think of.
Or maybe, I have some old CIA contacts in New York.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if we can get a government database evaluation here.
New York and make a call?
Yeah, take a little trip to New York, actually. It's not that far. Take maybe day trip.
So you charter a plane. You guys fly down to the city. What do you think the appropriate role would be for that shot, too?
Well, I have on my sheet, I have some contacts, just significant people. Some family members, mother and father in Berlin, sister in Los Angeles. I have CIA contacts in New York, Agent Mark Summers. I also have CIA contacts in Rome. So I'm going to look up Mark Summers in New York and see if he can maybe run Miller's name through a database or something, or have his folks do a check on Miller.
All right, man. Roll your. Let's see.
So technically, I think whoever would be doing the research, you'd make the roll for them, kind of, and I could maybe roll. I don't know what I would roll. Ugh. Well, let me show you something too while we're looking at this. If you go to the journal tab up there, at the top of the screen, there's a character sheet that says GM roles. What you can do is you can open up that character sheet and just like actively put in numbers for skill rolls if you wanted to. That's what I always used to do. Like if I have an NPC rolling firearms, I'll just put his firearm score in the firearm skill. Or if it's a spot hidden or a library, you can use that GM roles character sheet just for rolls, Constitution rolls, power rolls, whatever.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
So whoever it was rolled a 96, so. So maybe that'll take more time too.
Okay, so you get a hold of your contact, Mark Summers. Apply him with this basic information.
I let them know about the possible,
about 5
Germany
hours
connection
later,
and everything too.
Yeah, about 5 hours later, he in a bar, and he basically walks up to the bar and he sets the newspaper down, and he walks away.
All right, what's he got?
You pick up the newspaper. When you pick it up, you can tell there's something in there. You walk out to the
van.
Yeah, you walk out to the Lincoln or the van, whichever one you guys want to be in.
Yeah.
You open up the manila folder, and it has a picture of Miller currently.
Ooh, all right.
He's an older gentleman, with glasses and stuff like that. And then it has a younger picture of an SS officer. The SS officer is a Frederick Bruner. States there's a little typed up. Okay, it's marked top secret. This guy was a part of a special operations group called Black Sun. And apparently he disappeared after the war. He fled to Argentina and then immigrated to the U.S.
So he was a fucking Nazi.
Yeah, dude. You look at the pictures, and sure enough, you can see the resemblance.
All right, I call Sebastian in Boston on a secure line. And I tell him, this guy was a Nazi, for sure, 100%.
Well, this would explain things.
The name is Richard Bruner, Special Operation Group, Black Sun, SS, in fact. I have a picture.
Oh, this is fantastic. Gretchen. Exactly what we needed.
Man, so you jump the flight back to Boston. You can show the file.
Pues de la creme, Gretchen.
So what does that mean, though? Could he possibly be... We need to find out, if we can, about this special operations group that he was part of, possibly.
Back to the library?
Yeah. The biggest and best library we can find. Something that's very user-friendly.
The most expensive library we can find.
Yes. Maybe we can pay a grad student to do it.
This one seems like it might be a bit safer to research.
Yeah.
Just because the Black Sun group is not a specific individual.
It may not be public knowledge, though. That we can try.
All right, yeah. Roll. Do some library rolls.
I hope that that table that tripped me before is gone.
So yeah, we'll see if we can find anything out about some of these special groups in the SS. See if maybe some of them were prosecuted, possibly, or something, maybe. I don't know. Alright, let me try here. Hey.
Oh, that's close, though.
Yeah, I'll spend 13 luck to pass that roll.
Okay, so you spend the 13 luck. What you discover, there's some fine information. There's not a lot, but apparently who was in charge of the SS had this infatuation with and various artifacts. Was in charge of acquiring these artifacts was the Black Sun. Well, apparently Hitler had this desire to find,
So this Black Sun group was kind of in charge of finding ancient artifacts, basically, is what we find out.
Exactly, and apparently somehow this was Himmler's desire to create some type of esoteric order for the SS. Yeah. You discover that there's a castle, a castle in Austria has this Black Sun symbol marble. Basically, it's this black orb that has these rays, these lightning bolt looking rays coming out from it. And it's in black.
Mm-hmm. So the more I learn about this, the more I begin to believe that maybe there is something to this superstitious mumbo jumbo. The Nazis were doing it.
Yeah, it's pretty stunning.
It's the first I've heard of this, Sebastian. Did you know that?
This is news to me.
Apparently Himmler was very, very interested in acquiring ancient items, creating some type of, for the SS, this esoteric, this pagan type. And the Black Sun group apparently was integral in going out and trying to discover these or acquire these items.
Well, knowing that Miller, a.k.a. Brunner, was a Nazi in the SS makes me want to kill him even more now.
Yes, the bloodlust is high.
You won't feel bad about terminating this particular individual.
No, at first I was thinking maybe he's an old man who collects books, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
An old man who collects books who happens to be an SS officer.
Yeah. No.
Well, we're going to start.
That's not going to happen.
And he's pretty high rank too.
Time for him to start collecting lead, eh?
The title of Gruppenführer or something like that.
Gruppenführer?
Gruppenführer. Yeah.
I think we call him the Gruppenführer. Hey, das Gruppenführer. Welcome to our Humperdick.
It's classic, man.
Taking some notes here.
I'm taking that one down.
Brunner, huh?
Brunner.
His first name's Richard?
Yeah.
Dick Brunner. The Gruppenführer.
And judging by the recent activity, seems like we probably need to get down the south of Arkham here before too long. Because if he hasn't been seen for a while, we want to make sure he doesn't get away. This book.
Very true. And, you kind of think about, it's interesting because here's this guy who officer was charged with finding these things, and here he's still. That's what he did, right?
Mm-hmm.
And infiltrated this group and killed 3 people to acquire this book.
Yeah, and he still could have Nazi connections somehow too. Might not be working alone.
Roll your library use again, both of you.
Surely. Come on, baby.
Oh, I will spend the 12 luck.
Right.
No black eyes this time.
No, things have improved.
So you determine that rumors out there that there could be some sort of crazy conspiracy theories about all these Nazis that went to Argentina. A group of them that are still, working together. Even after the fall, recently, for example, in Germany, there have been there's a lot of Red Brigade, there's terrorist stuff, taking, hostages, and a lot of the hostages are actually like ex-SS officers involved in the German government. So there is some theories about how be like a Fourth Reich. The remnants and high-ranking German officials that are still in contact or still working towards some type of fascist. Yeah.
Well, we can't have that.
Yeah.
What's being done about this?
Well, because of find out about Operation Paperclip, scientists and individuals that were actually taken by the United States and the Russians.
Yeah, I think Gretchen would probably know about that, having worked in intelligence.
You guys do.
Yeah.
But apparently from this research you've done, there were also SS officers that were spirited out of the country by the Catholic Church in South America. And a lot of them actually worked for the governments in South and Central America. Communist or anti-guerrilla. When you look at the records for Brunner, he was definitely in Argentina around the time that some of that stuff was going on.
The plot thickens, Sebastian. It's diabolical, I tell you.
We've really found out a lot. Perhaps some more Chang opium?
Perhaps.
Take the edge off?
This is turning into sort of an unusual type of cleanup operation.
So yeah, you guys are a little surprised, but it does seem to kind of make sense.
I guess we'll find out when we get there. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
We'll have to see who this Brunner is associating with now, if we can find out more about his little cadre. I think it was mentioned that he had some guys working for him.
Yeah, Stamp says there's like three employees, an older woman and two younger men.
Maybe we can have maybe Stantz has some information on the people working with Das Gruppenführer.
Yeah. I'm sure we can find out more once we're there and get our feet on the ground. Set up some surveillance. Do some interviews. See what the police know too, especially.
Yeah, there's all that. You guys have information about 2 different murders. You've got information about this Richard Brunner. You've got some good stuff. So we should probably stop here.
And last but not least, more research on this book. Maybe that's why I was asking questions about it. We might glean some insight from just knowing more about this book. What's it called? Cult of Ghouls.
It's Cult de Ghouls.
Yes, Cult de Ghouls. We can do some research on that. But yeah, we can stop here. That's cool.
Yeah, hey. We actually did a lot more than I thought we would tonight by far.
You guys had some good play, man. That was good.
That was
you guys
good. We spent some
stateside. Yeah, I spent some luck. You got some information. You got some equipment.
Sebastian literally knocked himself out in the library. Somehow.
It was a heavy-duty effort.
Yeah. And so when people come back, you guys will be ready to roll down to Martin's Beach.
Yes. Fully prepared for whatever we face.
South of Arkham.
Right? Fully prepared.
Yeah. Sure. Sure, you're
just
prepared.
Nothing is going to go wrong. Everything is just going to go smooth as a baby's bottom.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Totally fine. Hear that, Sebastian? It's going to be totally fine, says the GM.
Oh, that's not confidence inspiring.
All right,
so I'll try it.
We have some skill checks here. Can we do skill checks? I don't think we did.
Absolutely.
I've got a couple. I'm gonna roll for luck too.
I definitely want to roll for luck.
Yay!
Nice. Hooray!
2d10 plus 10. If you make it, it's 1d10 plus 5, I think. Yeah, baby. 2.
All right.
Roll. Try to fail. Sleight of hand. I pickpocketed the guard at the store there.
Oh, that's right.
And library use.
Nice. You have increased your library.
Yeah.
Oh.
All that hard work paid off. Puts me at 29. I think that was it. So yeah, I think my backup character is definitely going to be that race car driver. That's a great idea. That's pretty cool. It's perfect for a Pulp game.
Yeah, and it's a useful skill. I mean, and again, remember, swimming, throwing, climbing, driving, piloting.
Yeah,
all that
physical stuff. He's a man of action.
Yeah, all that stuff can be important, Trying to drive away from a scene of a crime, you want
that would be helpful.
When you're trying to fly a plane,
Yeah, we'll definitely want to have those bases covered. And it just sounds fun to play. Well,
yeah, and it gives you a lot of options, right? I mean, if you have someone who's a pilot and a good driver, you can.
And he's world famous. He does like television commercials and shit. Like, yeah, I'll meet you guys in Madrid in a couple days. I have some photo shoots that I have to go to. I'm doing an interview for People magazine.
Disguise is another good skill too.
Yeah, I was gonna give her disguise. It's just like I didn't want to spread my points too thin. Even though we had a lot of points, it's still
it's difficult. Yeah, even if
hard
you
to choose.
It is.
Can't be good at everything. Mr. Credit Rating 100.
Yeah, that's for sure. That took a chunk out of everything else I had, but I can buy some stuff, that's for sure.
Yeah, the one thing that I did put points into, though, Lee, just FYI, is electronics. Like electronic repair. I got a 55 in electronics, dude. So I'm pretty good with that kind of stuff.
That's a good skill to have.
Yeah.
Mechanical repair, electronic repair, that's good. That's good stuff to have. That'll come in handy.
Yep. She'll kick your ass with nunchucks too, which I'm very much looking forward to.
We'll have to, we'll have to
get on
and do some character rolling. So let me know.
I took the talents. I can spend luck points to roll an additional damage die in melee combat, and I can spend luck points to get an extra melee attack in a combat round. So I can just, it's 10 luck points for each of those. So I can just start spending luck, man, in melee combat and just start really kicking some ass. I'm looking forward to seeing how that actually works.
Be awesome. Multiple attacks and extra die, yeah, man, that's powerful stuff.
Yeah, I think we might see like just some simple nunchucks, like really seriously taking out some mooks, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's totally wasting some people.
Yeah.
With just the nunchucks.
Wow.
The first nunchuck death. We should bronze that corpse.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Well, I recorded this whole session we have here, so I'll post it up so the other guys can get caught up. I also took some notes, and I'll put those notes in Discord too for everybody. It'll be interesting to see what Stuart decides to roll up.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what everybody rolls up for their next characters. You know, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I think I might work on that myself between now and the next session. Work on rolling up that backup guy.
Yeah. Just let me know if you guys want to get on. Good. You definitely need another character, and there's some characters, like I said, that definitely will augment the party. The crazy race car driver and the crazy honky tonk hillbilly.
That's right. His preferred weapon is a sawed-off M79. He likes 5-second fuse claymores.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, fellas. Until next time.
Hey, gentlemen. That was good.
It was.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what the fuck is going on in South Arkham.
Oh man, it can't be good.
Or maybe not. Maybe we should just quit now while we're ahead. Just kidding.
Guys, well, have a good night. Thanks for logging on. That was really fun.
It was. All right, gents. Until next time.
See you next time. Good night.
Yep. All right, everybody. Good night.
Thanks, Lee. Bye.